Good afternoon, I'm Jason with Rambling 4x4 Adventures, and today we're going to talk about my rearview mirror and what I did. So first off, I went and had my rear window tinted to 15%, which turned out was a little bit too dark. Now you can't see in it at all, which also means you can't see out of it very well either. So what's happening is that I can't really get any clear view out my back window now that it's tinted. So I have ordered a rear view camera monitor that will mount to the back of the camper, and from the inside of the truck I'll be able to see through the camera rather than looking out the rear view mirror. So it should give me excellent visibility. Also, so I'm going to mount it up high. I'm going to run the wire through the same hole that the third brake light comes in through, and then that way I can see my bikes and everything when they're in the back, and it should be great. So anyway, stay tuned and check it out. Alright, so this is a bracket that I had for a light bar that I didn't use, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these Go Fast Camper specific nuts and bolts to mount this on the back of the camper, and then the camera is going to hook right through here, and then what we'll do is we'll run the wire from the camera through the hole that the third brake light has for the wiring on that, so I don't have to drill it to the camper. So that's the plan for that piece. Alright, so this is the Wolfbox G840s camera. It had like 11,000 and something positive reviews. So and it's really inexpensive. It was just a little over $100. So it's really not a huge investment, and hopefully it will be a great product. So here's the mirror. Okay, and then the way it works is you have these little guys that hook onto the mirror, top and the bottom, and then it just straps onto your old existing mirror. Okay, so just like that. So it just wraps around your existing mirror, and this one has a front view camera as well, so you can do that. And then here at the top you have the inputs for the power, for the GPS, and for the camera, and then it comes with an SD card here. So this is a 32 gigabyte SD card that it comes with, so it actually does record while it's doing its thing. So the camera, so here's the camera, and it has a some mounting hardware and stuff. It has a little mounting bracket on here too. So what's happening is the wire that it comes with isn't long enough for me to run the route that I need to run to make it work. So I've ordered a 50-foot wire instead. So that's what this is. So I ordered that. This came in today. So this is 50 feet. And it actually has a small... Alright, so my camera just stopped, so I'm not sure where I left off. Anyway, I ordered this 50-foot extension cord that will be able to make the distance from the rear of the camper to the front of the mirror. And then also I ordered, in lieu of this, is a cigarette lighter adapter, or a 12-volt adapter that plugs in for the camera, which will fire it up. I decided I wanted a hardwired kit, so I ordered the hardwired kit, which is this. And basically, hopefully it's long enough, so I want to run this straight to the battery, and then it will actually we'll run it into the fuse box, so it actually will turn on when the car turns on and turn off, etc. So that's that. And then it has some really nifty little adapters so that you can plug it into your fuse box. So if you look, there's all these different ones, so you can plug it right into the fuse box and then add a fuse so that that one that you use still works properly. So there's all different ones for different types of cars, so you just figure out which one works for you. It's really quite nice. I mean, we got the large ones. I don't know if you can see. So there's the large one. Here's this one. I haven't even seen a car with that one. Here's a mini, the mini fuse, and this one's kind of a mini that's just a little bit bigger. So you got lots of options there, and then here's another bag of them too. So that's great. And then this particular mirror has a GPS sensor, so I'll mount that on the dash. Yeah, so that's kind of what we're doing. It's not hard to install, but it's going to take some time because of running all the wires everywhere that it needs to go. So right now, let's go ahead and mount the mirror. That's fast and easy. Okay, so basically, I'm going to peel off that cover for the camera. Okay, so that's that. So the camera is actually, if you look at it here, see the camera's right here so that it can actually see and do its thing, and then that just kind of sits on the mirror. So pretty nifty, and it actually doesn't look bad at all. So just for funsies, I'm going to plug the camera in, start the car. That's the forward-facing camera. So, all right, well, that's cool. And you can see it's recording. I like it. It's actually nice and clear. So this is the front camera as we're driving. I don't have the rear connected yet, but it's pretty cool. I like it. And then when we get up here, I mean, you can, it's recording, it'll pick up license plates, it'll pick up everything. And then you can also change your view too. And when the rear camera is connected, I can swipe it and it'll connect to the rear, or it'll you can do both or one or the other. Okay, quick update on the install. Here's my power wire, here's my camera wire. I ran them through here, and they provide a nifty tool. If you actually pull the headliner back, you can stuff the wires up. I popped this down, ran the wires behind here. I pulled out this mold and just ran them down around. Okay, and then there is a access hole. It's hard to see, but if you look down in there, you can kind of see where those wires, the yellow, red, and black, come through. That's a hole that's already in the firewall. And so on the camera, I ran it next to the frame all the way back, zip tied it along the way, and then I brought it up through this tail light, because the red wire actually goes to the reverse light because it has reverse lines on the mirror. And then I stored all the extra here, and then I just ran it up around here. Now I did have to drill a new hole, which I did right here, and I'm going to get some black caulk and caulk that in. And I used a 1/4 inch, but then I had to kind of ream it out a little bit to get it to fit. So that worked good. The mount works good. I put a screw in there so I don't have to worry about it coming loose. And then I'm going to run this later because I need to figure out which wire I'm supposed to tap into on this. And there's 1, 2, 3, 4, there's 5. So I'm not quite sure on that. Okay, so I've done some research and I have my wires coming in right here. I was going to tap into this wire going to the Voss switch, got my ground going here. But I came across something when I was doing my research on the fuses, because these fuses over here are not ideal for what we want to do. So we're going to change it up. I found this accessory service connector. So in the 22, 23 plus Nissans, they have a plug that you can plug this into. And basically it is designed for you to run extra power accessories without having to do any taps into any fuses. So this, from my understanding, is located behind the driver's side kick panel. We plug this in. So I'm going to pull out this panel here and find where that plugs into, and then these wires will just wire directly into this rather than using the tap fuse. So this is part number T994RA0A, and it was like, I think it was $19 at Nissan. So that will make that a lot easier. And then to get this panel out, you got to pull this bottom one up because that one tucks underneath. The top one pulls out, and then in the very back here, there is a little grommet there, that, or not a grommet, but a little push connector that I got to pop out, and then that panel will pull out. This panel has connectors at the top, one in the front, connector at the top and the bottom. So there's that. That almost looks the right size right there, but that wouldn't be it because this is, I don't know, it could be. I wonder, I'm going to take the tape off of this because that looks like the exact connector, and something is hooked up to this. I don't know what it is, but it looks like it might already have something tapped into it that somebody wired up. So let me check it out. Okay, so whatever this is, somebody already tapped into it. So this is already here. So I don't need this now because mine's already here. So when you pull this panel out, it's just this little one dangling down. So you might check to see if your truck already has it. So I need 3 wires here. He's tapped into the yellow and the pink. Honestly, I really don't know what that goes to. But I know I need the black for ground. I need the white. And let me see what the other one was. It's white, red goes to battery. So I need the white, I need the red, and I need the black. So let's go ahead and get this wired up. All right, so the wires are confirmed. The white is ignition, the red is battery, the black is ground. I just tied them in there. I haven't soldered them yet, but I'm going to solder them and then put these little shrink wrap things over them. And then when I turn on the car, fires right up. Okay, I have the back camper open, but let's see, there's the front camera. And then when I turn it off, it turns right off. So that works perfectly. Okay, the last thing to install is this GPS sensor. They're saying to run it along this headliner down and then mount it like right here, which there's a speaker right there. So I'm not quite sure if the wire's long enough, but what I would love to do is mount it more over here in the center of the dash, run it through this panel here, around up through the pillar and then back around. But I got to see if the wire's long enough. I don't know if it is. The GPS sensor will actually give me data like speed, things like that. It's not really necessary. So if the only thing I wanted out of the mirror was to be able to see out my back window. So right now it meets that criteria. Even the backup lines I don't really need because I have a backup camera on the truck. So I'm going to measure this out and see if it'll work. And if it doesn't, I think I might just leave it off. But that's the last step in installing the mirror. So okay. So I ended up not running the GPS sensor because the wire was not long enough. you really can only run it down the pillar and then to that corner. But here's the final look. So it's the rear view, and there's the front view, and then you can do a split view, and then you can move that the way you want it as well, which is nice. And then it fires up and then it turns off just the way it's supposed to, and that's that. And then when you first turn it on, give it a second, there is some buttons for settings and things that you can hit right here. So you can format your card, set your clock. This is when you can actually go back and watch a movie clip. You can flip the camera upside down, whatever you need to do. So there's a lot of settings on here. There's even a screensaver. I'm not really sure why you would use that, but yeah, it's really a decent product. So I would recommend it. I'm not sure what the lifespan will be on it and how long it'll hold up, but got a lot of good reviews, and it seems to meet the criteria for what I needed to do. So wanted to see out my back window, and now I got a perfect view of it. So anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.